After contending with the terror demon Iskatu, we then find Auriel, Archangel of Fate, in front of the Gardens of Hope.
I am Auriel, Archangel of Fate. It is my duty to record what is and what will be within the scroll of fate. But you, Nephilim, you are not in the scroll. Your fate is unwritten.
I care little for destiny. Will you help me, or should we stand here and watch the heavens fall apart?
Perhaps fate can be changed. Quickly then, Auriel, Archangel of Hope, has been captured by Rakanoth, the Lord of Despair.
She will be free. Perhaps that will bring hope back to these heavens.
So that explains why Tyrael doubted himself. Then we head into the Gardens of Hope.
These are the Gardens of Hope. The Archangel Auriel cannot be far.
Once inside, we aid the angels in felling a foul oppressor. We once read about these terrible demons in Cain's journal, which reads,
I have seen many warriors in my day, but only a scant few of them could face the might of an oppressor. This monster towers over the tallest barbarians and wields weapons crafted from hell-forged steel. They were last seen with Baal during his resurgence, and left legions of dead men in their wake.
It's not long before journeying through the befouled heavens do we find to the west a door to the Library of Fate.
I miss Leah. She was a sister to me when all of my other sisters were gone. I wanted to protect her, but it was not meant to be.
Although we too mourn the passing of Leah, now is not the time for lamentation, as we must save the high heavens and free Auriel from the grasp of Rakanoth, Lord of Despair, who no doubt holds hope captive. For just a moment we pause and marvel at the beauty of the halls of fate. Light wisps up in tendrils, and the calm and serenity permeates the very architecture. Yet evil somehow emanates to the northwest. It's there we find Auriel bound by the malice and corruption that holds her, and her captor, Rakanoth himself.
You think yourself free from the chains of fate, Nephilim, but all will kneel before Lord Diablo.
Rakanoth then teleports at us with his first dizzying assault. This bladed beast boasts a few powerful abilities, such as his melee attacks with his blades. Occasionally he uses distance missiles and summon 2 soul lashes to his side, and has the ability, of course, to teleport to devastating effect. Cain once wrote of Rakanoth,
In the beginning, Rakanoth served Andariel, the Maiden of Anguish, with efficient brutality, for his touch may open up many painful wounds. He was also the warden of Iswal during many long years that the angels suffered in Rakanoth's own plains of despair. But he has quit his realm unexpectedly in recent times.
Using the pillars to our advantage to quell his bladed swats, it is Rakanoth who succumbs to our assault. After dealing with despair, we find Auriel's prison to the northwest. After freeing her, Auriel joins us, and she thanks.
Thank you, Nephilim. I hoped the scroll of fate was wrong, that harmony would once again fill this troubled realm. I see now that all hope lies in you.
I will be worthy of it.
With my blessing, you can now dispel Diablo's corruption. It hides the rifts which bring his cursed servants to this hallowed place. The rifts must be closed.
We will not fail you.
I knew you would come. That a champion from the mortal world would light our darkest hour. Your courage and nobility shine out across this realm, blinding our enemies.
I thank you, Lady Auriel. Your song will not be silenced again.
I know you will do all you can, for this is your hour. Go forth with my blessing and show all creation why the Nephilim are the future.
Can you help Tyrael? His faith is shaken.
There is a shadow upon his heart, but it will pass. Remember, he chose to be a mortal, and he must overcome this despair as a mortal.
I understand, but we have little time.
Have faith in him. Of all the archangels, his light has always shone the brightest. In this our darkest hour, he will ensure that justice prevails.
What are you going to do now?
Though the angelic host is scattered, we are not defeated. I will try to rally them as best I can.
Yes, they have always flocked to your call during times of crisis. Or, so I have heard.
Our histories have reached your people? That is indeed promising. I pray that this day will end in another tale of victory.
Do you believe Diablo can be defeated?
Only in the light that lies within you, Nephilim. I will take heart from it and hope for your victory. The future is ever writing itself. Unknowable, just beyond sight and touch.
We then take the time to learn what we can from Itheriel before we continue our hunt for the Lord of Terror.
Only once in the history of Sanctuary has a Nephilim been as powerful as you. His name was Odyssean.
Odyssean? But he is just a myth, a lesson in selflessness.
He was no myth. Because of his noble sacrifice, I saw the inherent potential in your kind. As such, I voted with Auriel to spare mankind from annihilation.
I'm grateful. I'll be sure to vote that we spare the angels when that time comes.
You jest, but that day is not impossible.
You can see the future.
I see the myriad streams of possibility, all intertwining and weaving into one another. I can hear them echoing forward into eternity.
How do you choose a path then?
I am not called to be a champion as you are. My role is simply to observe.
Have you seen the fate of the Prophet?
I know of that name, but the one who bore it lived and died long before your time.
I see.
The battle approaches. What says the Scroll of Fate?
Doom and darkness. These heavens ruined. The angelic host broken. Diablo victorious.
Ah, so the scroll is wrong.
As I have said, Nephilim, your destiny is unwritten. You alone may change these dark times.
Diablo brought despair to the halls of heaven, but hope is restored. I thought this would bring Tyrael back to us, but there is no sign of him. I must press on and destroy Diablo's infernal portals alone.